Man, what if they made decisions based on height, maximum body fat percentage, and minimum weight? Hear me out here, bro. That'd be good, but I just don't think there's that much. There'd be that much of a talent pool then, and there'd be like barely anyone in the divisions. You know what I mean? But I hear it. Thank you for the 2. And chat, yes or no? Athletes are kind of pussies. Who's with me on that? Typical athletically built fighters that you would consider as like, oh, he's tall for the division, he's got wide shoulders for the division, he's lean, ripped for the division. They're typically not as like savage as some of the other guys, really. So I don't know if it would work the same way. I think it'd be a lot of like picking and choosing at range rather than any like gritty wars. So who knows? Who wants to step up to Wellmaker? Talbot always complains. No one accepts to fight him. Right, here's a fucking crazy idea, chat, and I'm about to blow your mind, okay? Because we had this problem where nobody wants to fight fucking this Dagestani and nobody wants to fight this Dagestani. Here's a crazy idea. Oh, nobody's accepting fights with Malcolm Wellmaker. Nobody's accepting fights with Peyton Talbot. Book them against each other then. Book them against each other. Wellmaker versus Talbot. Big spot on a pay-per-view. Prelim headliner. Big spot on the main card of a good fight night. Feature fight. Co-main event. Whatever you want to do. It's just... It's simple shit. And I don't like this conversation of everyone's ducking this person, everyone's ducking that person. Well, match them up against each other then. Thoughts on Oliver Cromwell? Shout out to Oliver Cromwell, dude. Peasants Revolt. The Roundheads. Impression of Gracia bathing in the Ganges with a paper cut and slowly dying an agonizing death from dysentery due to the bacteria from dead bodies. I don't think he would die from it. I think if Gracia did that, he'd probably get superpowers. He'd become Super G. I can feel it coursing through my veins. You would have a better chance getting Mighty Mouse, Holloway, and Moicano for COD. They are nicer and not assholes like Till and Costa. Darren Till said he's down for Minecraft, though, so you don't know what you're talking about. Thank you for the 7. Costa, I don't think, is ever going to be down. Bedtime says Ilya versus Max 2 will be the first Paramount card. No, it won't. Do you think this could happen? I agree with that. Chat, I'm watching Rampage Jackson. Boxing against Neon. And I know he faked being KO'd just then on that video. There's a reason he didn't call me out, you know. I really believe, chat, with a year of training, I would very comfortably take him out and spin his jaw off his head. And I hate to brag like that, but man. I don't know, man. Looking slim, bro. Thank you, man. I guess we just let Tapuria piece up Gaethje. I mean, in December, yeah, if we need to keep him active, that'd be great, yeah. Average height is at 5'9" because of migration. Thoughts on Rampage saying he would be champ if he was in his prime against modern light heavyweights? Chat, yes or no? 3 low kicks from Rakic and Rampage is curled up in a ball on the ground like Harry Hardwick. I hate to use him as an example. I hate to use him as an example, but that is true. 3 low kicks from Alexander Rakic and he will literally just be dead-legged and be ready to be finished. I don't care what anyone says. I'm not entertaining the idea that Rampage Jackson, a guy who lost to Forrest Griffin, would in any way be a threat at light heavyweight right now. Azamat Mirzakhanov chins him. I'm not trying to hear it. Rampage would Diddy Booty Jackson you in a fight? Okay, I didn't even think about that forbidden technique, actually. Yeah, true. Rampage ducked you after seeing your Poland boxing vid. There's no Poland boxing vid. Hit Rampage with a jab, clinch! Klitschko style. True. That might be the move. Chimaev, Ankalaev, and Islam's thoughts on 9/11. Good, brother. Thank you for the 2. I don't know. It wasn't us. It was the other nosy ones. Izzy says he's not waiting for Sean. Oh, wow, dude. You've already waited 5 months of his 6-month suspension for it. Now time to move on. You know what that sounds like, chat? Hey, Izzy, we ain't going to have Volk in December. We need you, bud. So let's do Israel Adesanya versus... who? That's a good point. Who would Adesanya? Baraujo? MVP? I'd love... Dude, why won't they do MVP Adesanya? I know they're both black and they're a team. And we need to be more like them. But even though MVP said that he doesn't believe in flags and peoples like that. You know how it is. I'd love to see Adesanya MVP. Why don't we get any good matchups for MVP? We just get layups of like pure strikers that we know he's going to beat. You know? Give me some strikers that he could be challenged by. Or give him like a good, well-rounded fighter. He's had such a babied career so far. They're friends IRL. But they're not, though. They just met each other and shook each other's hands once. They're not friends. I've, but not mine. That was very testy thing for him, you know. He must think about that a bit. If you retired, do you think you would upload still like every few months or completely abandon the channel? I don't think I'd had it in me to fall off. But I would keep going, man. I think I'm just going to keep going. I need a new goal, chat. And I think my new goal is to run the UFC by 2045. Like, when I'm in my 40s, I want to run the UFC. Maybe that should be my next goal, you know? Because I feel like I had all these goals when I first started of, like, to get to this point and, to, you know, help out my parents, help out family. Get invested, get safe, you know, with what I'm doing. But, yeah. Thank you for the $5. Why can't we get Battle of the Retards, RDR and DDP? Do you think that this fucking bitch groomed him? What do you think of Kirstama Ray? I've already read it. The other day, what was that a new location in the background in the stream and video? Yes, it was. Thank you for the $5, yeah. But I didn't have any internet. I was just on my phone trying to stream from it. Top 3 stars popularity. 1 Islam, 2 Hamzat, 3 Ilya. Chat, I'd say Ilya over Makhachev and Islam. Makhachev and Islam get a lot of likes on posts when they win their fight. But in terms of like carrying an event on his back in terms of promotion and how much he can market it, it's Ilya Tapuria. I think he's the biggest star in the UFC right now. Makhachev and Islam, there's nothing to fucking talk about until they fight. Until just after their fight. That's the only time they're popular, is just after their victory. Whereas Ilya is like relevant throughout the year these days. You know, even with the Terence Crawford stuff and yeah. So I'd say that. Ilya, then Makhachev, then Chimaev. Makhachev and Islam, sorry. Chimaev and Islam. Why does Reyes look Indian in the face-off? I don't stoop to that level. But, you know, it's virality, I guess. Good for his business. Do you think the quality of cards will sync with streaming since they don't need to stack cards to incentivize pay-per-view sales? Thank you for the $5. Yes, but I think the quality of cards, yes or no, chat, honestly, just comes down to, in all honesty, the quality of cards is nothing to do with anything other than the talent on the roster and how active they are. Do you know what I mean? The promotion of the cards is up to the UFC. The positioning of the cards, the timing of the cards, the way the card's structured, where people are on the cards, you know, all of that type of stuff is up to the UFC. But at the end of the day, it really does just come down to how much talent is there and how active are they. Peyton Tabot, Malcolm Wellmaker, Alejandro Tapuria. Where the fuck are any of you? Where are you? Wellmaker gets a first round KO in like a minute against a can laid up for him in Chris Matinha. Where are you? That's what I find myself asking. I was thinking that these pay-per-views would have all of these guys booked on the prelim. I know Tapuria is now booked, but I'm talking about, you know, we should have seen their next fight by now. You know? I know he's fighting Bekzat Malmakun. You're not getting what I'm saying. We should have seen them on these pay-per-views that are gone. And that's really what it comes down to. Talent and how active they are. It is really what it is. I thought they were going to be crazy active. We still haven't seen Raul Rosas because he pulled out, you know. It's one of those things. Thank you for the $2 impression of MMA Juru. Thanks for the $2. You owe me 2 more. Are you going to keep all the Fight Night streams available? Yeah, I will. Thank you for the $2, for sure. CLD Marco Tulio November. What do you think about... Oh, I've already read all these. Going for a walk with a girl I used to like tomorrow. Stopped liking her and haven't spoken in a while. How should I act? I hate social interactions. She's opting to go on a walk with you. Just go on a walk with you. That's what she's down to do. I don't know, man. Just see how it goes. If you stop liking her, just have the walk with her with genuine intentions and see if you like her by the end of it. And if you do, ask her to do it again sometime or such. Or something else, like a date or something, you know? Don't overthink it, bud. How happy are you when you wake up? Just try and be genuine, and if you feel it in the moment, then twist your intentions towards the end. Probably for the best. How happy are you when you wake up and realize how successful you are just from going live and doing this? It's not everything, you know. I'm pretty lonely. But, you know, this is something. Thank you for the 5. At least I got you guys, you know. Thank you for the 5. That's good. What are your thoughts on Spanish fighter Hector Sosa, who fought on the Contender Series? I didn't watch the last Contender Series. I'm out of the loop recently in MMA. Thank you for the 3 months of membership. I haven't killed in weeks. I need to kill again. If Alex was supposedly greased, even though he couldn't be, what's to stop him from doing it again? Why is Ank making excuses when he won the fight? I don't know what the situation is overall between the two of them, but it's just a bit gay, man. I don't know what they're doing. It's just lame. Ankalaev is clearly not the guy talking shit the way he is on Twitter. And he's a bit of a fucking inbred tard that just sort of goes and gets angry. Like, there's nothing to him because he's a mush-brained fucking inbred backwards cunt. But Pereira's being a bit weird as well. Pereira's all of a sudden this flamboyant, sassy guy. So I don't even know what to think about it. But he does seem confident, though. They both seem confident. Thank you for the $5. 15 months of membership. What do you think about Nick Fuentes and you? Singer and obesity, yeah. Give Aiden Hutchinson the same training Tom had, and he would never lose an MMA fight. A Volcel, it would be right. I don't think I'm a Volcel. I don't think so at all. I think I just have different goals from you guys. I think you guys grow up and you want to be seen as cool by your male peers. So you do things that you don't actually enjoy to try and seem like you have some status in life. When I was 18, I wanted to become a millionaire by 25, a multimillionaire by 26, retire my family, pay off my parents' house, buy them an extension, and then set a new goal to try and do something beyond that. I think you guys have different goals than me, though. Maybe. I wanted to be able to talk about MMA for a living, you know, so I had a different focus. All jokes, though, Piggy, Blumpkin Party Sunday. Thank you for the $2. Sure. You genuinely believe that JDM will win? I do, yes. I think he's going to make Makhachev shit his fucking pants and finish him. You know what I mean? Bum, 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 bum. Everybody wants to be a millionaire when they're younger. You got lucky. Yeah, man, I just completely isolated myself from everyone. Never went out on the weekends, never drank, never did anything like that. Never went out to club or party or anything like that and just got lucky about it. That's so true, man. Mystic Mac prediction, just did it every day after a 9 to 5, all night long, no free time whatsoever, covered every event on the weekends. Yeah, man. On American time as well as someone living in the UK. It's crazy, man. Yeah, I just kind of just fluked it. Mystic Mac prediction, 2032. Stop insulting me so I can, because I'll sound vain in my response. I don't like it. My brother in Christ, you are vain. I'm not. I'm just responding to people tearing me down non-stop. Like, I haven't had a really good go of things in life, and I haven't done something pretty cool. Everyone treats me like some loser when I've actually accomplished something amazing, I think. You know? It's all good. You know, you guys called me 5'2" for years because I think you guys wanted me to be 5'2". You know? Not everyone in chat, but the people that did, you know. I think you just want me to be MMA Joey. But yeah, it is what it is. That's how it goes. Strickland ruined Pereira. I don't think it was Strickland. It was Nina. Not at all. Guru, I'm pooing right now. Thanks, man. Why did you get sent to prison? I've never been to prison in my life. Never been arrested. Never put a foot wrong in my life. Big Ank lives rent-free inside Alex's head. I feel like he's got Alex a bit jittery. No one in the comments seems to agree with that. But I do feel like this is a little bit out of character for Alex Pereira to be this focused on trying to... Like, I feel like the old Alex Pereira, if someone was shit-talking him like this, they would do something like... he would just sort of stare at them as they walked past him or something. But he seems to, like... you know, hand movement-y and shit, you know? Ank is technically the most underrated champ right now. He is. He technically is. Because no one gives a fuck about him, but he is very good. You know what I'm saying? So that is a big fucking factor, mate. A big, big factor, brother. Let's go. Let's go, my brother. Let's fucking go. Are you picking Pereira or Ank? I'm picking Ankalaev, I reckon. I'm picking Ankalaev. We've alerted the appropriate authorities of your wrongdoings. I have done no wrongdoings. Agree, he's gone commercial for lack of better words. Pereira, yeah, he's become a bit more like family friendly, you know. He was the Lord of the Rings, now he's the Hobbit. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what Alex Pereira's done. And I'm hoping to, I swear to God, I hope there ain't a Rings of Power character arc coming up from him. You know what I mean? Because that's really the explanation. That's the perfect explanation. He went from Lord of the Rings to the Hobbit. You know? I go to school where Charlie Kirk unalived. RIP. Give it a $5. First question to JDM at the Q&A was where he can get medical grade weed in Perth. You the man, Guru. JDM by Finnish feeds families. Chat, yes or no? The end of the year just wouldn't feel right without JDM viciously TKOing Makhachev. Bo didn't tweet about me, man. You've been trying this for years, Sharp. I just need a Jack Della Maddalena vicious TKO, you know, like a proper finish in a massive high-profile fight. A proper real finish, man. That's what I need. Brutality. The man brutal. He doesn't know JDM's not the man to do it. He does. I'm telling you. He does. Will Kevin Holland fight a 6th time this year? Will he have enough time? Ghastly. He does look a bit ghastly, yes. I mean, he's had to make a bit of a weight cut after the Contender Series, you know, right back to Perth. No chance to get over any jet lag. It's a bit too much for him, I think. Sad state of the sport when those two GOAT lovers are 2/3 of the biggest stars. We need JDM to win this for the future of MMA. We do. I need a big, nasty JDM TKO finish. And you know what, chat? I need it to be built up where you can sense it coming. You know? Like, oh my God. Oh, he's teeing off. Uh-oh. Makhachev's breaking. Makhachev's shooting. JDM stuffed it. He's sprawling it, chat. Get back up. No, 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 Makhachev. You're standing back up. And then he stands him back up. And Makhachev's like, ugh. Wipes his face with blood. And then jab hits him in the face. And he's covering up again. And he shoots again. No, no, no. Stand him back up. That's what we need to see, man. And then on the way back up, JDM knees him in the ribs to the side. And Makhachev covers. And he goes, get up now. Get the fuck up. And then just fucking pastes him against the cage. Pastes him out cold against the cage. And then Makhachev survives like a TKO beating. Stands back up and goes, yeah! And gets slept out cold like that black guy on the regional scene that fought JDM before. Have you ever seen that JDM KO? Against that lanky black dude that beat him before in their rematch? That's the kind of KO we need from JDM here. A complete devastating fold out cold. That's what we need. Ba 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 ba. Make a video on why JDM beats Islam Piggy Smalls. No. I'll save it for the time is right. Don't count calories, only ingredients. One ingredient only. Protein, bro. What NBA player would dominate the UFC? Kristaps Porzingis, dude. He's a fan. He's an MMA fan, so he knows all the techniques. I bet you he knows how to take half guard, everything. Fuck whoever said Diego's not going to be champ. Chat, would it be weird? Thank you for the $2. Prates best fighting nerd. I think so, yes, in terms of the best chance of getting a title right now. I still think Gene would have been a nightmare for Volt, by the way. But Chat, would it be weird if when I was in my 30s, if I hung up the YouTube channel or something like that, I think I'm going to get the beanie like framed somewhere in my house or something, you know? Is that odd? It is like a major part of my life, whether I like it or not, you know? I think I'm going to get it in like a glass case and just have it sort of suspended in there somewhere in like a drawer or a study somewhere. And I'll open up something and I'll just see it and go, huh, I remember those days, you know? Like when I'm in my 40s or something and I'm just looking and I uncover something in the attic and go, blow off all the smoke off of it, and it's just my beanie and like this glass encased crystal thing. No on the wall, maybe. I feel like that would make sense to do because it is just such a weirdly massive part of my life, even though it is weird. Beanie's going to mold up your whole house, buddy. All right, thank you for the 2. I don't think it will, pal. I don't think it will at all. Why not? Put in like Sicilian thing. Like a Sicilian thing. Like a silicon thing. Yeah, silicon. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Who do you want to win? Ank versus Alex. I would like Alex Pereira. I've picked anyway. MMA de Glunk. I appreciate the membership. MMA de Glunk. Kroot got lucky. Definitely beat handicapism. AIDS. Thank you for the $2. You have proof for Islam fans like more than Ilya? Like more? I don't need the proof of it. I just think that it's true. And I think it's like genuinely true. They just interact with things more, Makhachev, like Muslim fans from that part of the world. Like, I really do think that Dagestani fan base people, they genuinely, there's a good percentage of them, chat, yes or no, that have liked every single Makhachev post ever made since he became relevant. I think that. Whereas Ilya Tapuria fans, maybe they've liked a post of his or two that they found cool. I think they just make it a routine to just like every single post that he's done. You know? Like, to prove almost loyalty. And there's a lot of it like that, you know, with them. I have no proof about it at all, and I don't need it. I just think it's the truth.